Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a complete beginner's tutorial on Miro. I will show you everything that you need to know about Miro, including how to sign up and get started for free, how you can use this entire dashboard and what all of these tools do within Miro. And then we will take a look at the template section to make sure that you get the best possible template when you are using Miro for yourself. So the first thing that you want to do is head over to geforcenorth.com/recommend/Miro or click on the top link in the description. That is going to take us over to this page right here. And as you can see, we can sign up for free. So all you need to do is enter your email in right here. It does say work email, but it can be a Gmail, it can be Outlook, it can be iCloud. It really doesn't matter. So we can enter that email in right there and then click right here on sign up for free. From here, we can then click on continue with email and it's going to send us over a link to sign in. So head over to the email that you just signed up for Miro with, and then we can see we have a link right here that says sign into Miro. So we can click on this and just like that, we now have our free Miro account set up. So let's just close down these tabs real quick. And this is the main Miro dashboard. Up here at the top, we have recommended templates. So we can click on show all in this top right corner. And these are all of the different templates that we can choose from. Now, you will notice that some of these are going to be locked. And what this basically means is these are only available with some of the paid plans. So any with the lock icon are not available unless you pay. But the ones without the lock, we can access all of these. So templates are going to be very, very handy, but we will speak more about these later. And before we jump in real quick, if you do want to upgrade, then we just go to upgrade in this top right corner. And then these are the pricing plans for Miro. So we have $8 a month for the starter or $16 a month for the business. And with the business, you can actually try it out for free right here. You can have a free trial, but it's completely up to you. The free plan is absolutely fine. Let's now go ahead and create a new board, a blank board. So we just click in right here. And this is going to take us into Miro. Once again, it's going to pop up with these templates, but we can access them at a later date. So let's click on this X icon. And now let's take a look at everything that we can do within Miro. Now, the very first thing that we can do is we can zoom in and zoom out. So you can do so using these buttons at the bottom. Of course, plus is going to zoom you in. And then minus is going to zoom you out. And you can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom you in and out as well. We also want to name the project that we are currently working on. So we can see right now this is called Untitled, but we can click in and we can choose a name for this project. So I'm just going to call this GeForce North. This is now going to be saved, so we can just click back out and we can see this board is now called GeForce North. So let's start off with the tools that we can use along this left-hand side. This first tool is just going to be the select tool. This is where we can select different elements and also drag around the chart that we have. Down here, this is templates, so we will get into this later. And then we have text. So if you want to add text to anywhere on Miro, we select text, we can click in, and then we can start typing. So you can see we are way too zoomed out for now, so let's go ahead and zoom in. And in here, we can start typing something out. So let's just call this YouTube content mind map. We can add that in right there. And then along the top, you can see we have a few different options and a few different formatting settings. So we can highlight the text right here. And first of all, we can switch the type. So right now it's text, but we can add this as like a post-it note right here. We can basically change the format right here between what we actually want this to be. But for now, let's just change this back to regular text. We can then go to the font right here. And this is where we can change the font that we want to have this as. I actually quite like this font, so I'm going to keep it as this. We can then choose the font size, whether we want the font to be smaller or whether we want the font to be a lot bigger right there. That's way too big, so let's go ahead and change this back to 18. We can then choose if we want to bold. It looks like this font actually doesn't work with this, so let's change to Arial. And there we go. We can now bold the text, we can italicize the text, just like that. We can underline the text, and we can strike through the text. So I actually want to leave this as bold and underlined. Then we can change the alignment, but honestly, this doesn't make a huge difference. We can also add a link up here. So as a link, I could paste in like Wikipedia. And now if we click on this, we can easily go to Wikipedia or whatever link we added in right there. To delete the link, we just click on this trash can icon. We can also change the text color right here. So we can click on this change the text color to any color that we like. It is pretty limited with the options that we have here. However, we can click on add a custom color, and this gives us a lot more customization in the color that we want to add it. We can also, if I just set this back to black, we can highlight the text. So if I just want to highlight content, I can do that, and then highlight content specifically. I could highlight mind in a different color, and that's how that is going to work. And then at any time, if you make a mistake and you want to go back, then you can use Ctrl-Z on your keyboard to undo that mistake. We can also lock the element. So right now, as this is unlocked, I can drag this around the page. However, if I lock this, I now can't drag it anywhere. I can't edit this. I can't do anything with this until I long press to unlock. And now this is unlocked again, and I can move this around. We also have Miro Assist, which is basically an AI tool that will help you write certain things. So we could click into this. You can fix grammar and spelling, shorten text, rewrite for clarity. You can translate this into different languages, change the tone, summarize, and a few different things right there. Next, we have Sticky Note. So we can click on Sticky Note, choose the color of this, and then we can add a sticky note to the chart. Let me just move this further down. So I could just say like this is a sticky note. Once again, we have these formatting options along the top. The only real difference is here we can add like an emoji, but that's not super relevant. We can also add different shapes into the Miro chart. And this is where we can really start creating a mind map. So what I'm going to do is just delete this, the sticky note, and delete this one, and maybe make this a little bit bigger. And let's actually start creating this YouTube content mind map. And then I'm going to start out with some circles. So I'm going to create a circle right here, and these are going to be different categories. So I'm going to say email marketing tools. These are all videos that I'm going to be creating tutorials on. So we have email marketing tools. We can then create another circle right here. And by the way, you will notice sometimes if I drag around, this circle can become not really a circle. So to fix this, if you do want a perfect circle, is when you are drawing your shapes, hold the shift key. And then as you can see, like it makes a perfect circle. I can't make this not a perfect circle. So we can add this in right there. And then maybe I can say like drawing tools. And then let's add one more, hold shift, and then drag this. And then I'm going to say e-commerce tutorials, just like that. Perfect. So we can align these all right here. I know they are not the same size. If you did want to make these the same size, then what we could do is click on one of these, click on these three dots, and then we just duplicate. And as you can see, that's the exact same size. And then we would just click in and edit the text. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. And we now have email marketing tools, drawing tools, and e-commerce tools. We can drag these around, and look at this. As soon as I hit the exact middle of these 2 points, it's going to give me these 2 little lines to show me this is the middle. Finally, let's just go in and change the color for each of these circles. Just like that. And now this is looking a lot better. Now let's go ahead and actually create some content ideas. So for these, I'm going to use the square. Once again, let's hold shift to make sure these are the perfect size. And maybe make these a little bit smaller. Set these back to white. And I'm going to start typing out the names of some email tools that I might create some tutorials on. So we could go for like MailerLite. Then let's actually duplicate this. This would be easier. So let's duplicate this. And then we can say MailChimp. And then we can add one more. Duplicate. And we will say Aweber. So those are my email marketing tools. And maybe let's set all of these to red so we can clearly see which one is under which category. Just like that. And maybe we want to move these a little bit over to the side. Now, I'm not going to bore you. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add the drawing tools and the e-commerce tools. And then I will show you what we can do with these. So I now have all of these added in. And what we can do is we can go down to the connection line and we can join these up. So by default, this is going to come as a regular line, but we can choose this to an arrow, a bent arrow, or one of these like cooler looking arrows. I'm going to go for the regular arrow. And then all we need to do is drag from one of these points and connect it to one of the points on the secondary item. Now, as we can see, this line is a little bit crooked. So what I can do is grab the middle of this line and basically move this to where I want it to be moved. So we can add this to there. Then let's add another arrow and drag it to there. And we'll grab another arrow and drag it to there. And we can now see the email marketing tools are connected. Let's do the same with drawing tools. So Miro and draw.io, we connect there. And then we can connect these as well. So although this is very, very basic in what I'm showing you, this is basically the premise of how Miro works. And using this, you can create some crazy mind maps, as I will show you when we look at the templates. We also have a pen tool. This is pretty self-explanatory. You can just draw right here. We can choose the color. So we can choose like the thickness right here. Go yellow, that thick. And we can basically choose these and set these to 3 different types of pens. So I could go for a thin black pen right here, a thick yellow pen, and then a super thick blue pen, or purple even. Just like that. And then we have all of the pens right there. We also have a highlighter if you want to highlight certain sections. It's just more transparent than the pen. And then we have an eraser as well, where we can just go in and erase the drawings that we need to erase. We then have comments. So comments are only really going to be applicable if you are doing this with your team. So if you are using Miro yourself and you don't have a team, then this is not going to be super applicable, but you can add comments if you are part of a team. So you would just find a certain section, for example, e-commerce tutorials, and we can drop this on. And then I could say like, I like this idea. Let's come up with more videos. Just like that. I like this idea. Let's come up with more videos. And then this comment is going to be added. So it's going to show up like this. And then me or my team could come along, click on this, and then we can see the comment. We can leave a reply and everything like that. But let's go ahead and delete this. We then have frame. So frame is going to be if you want to create a design that is a certain size. With Miro right here, it's very hard to get an exact size if you need to print something off or you need to design like an iPhone app. Whereas with frames, we can set this exactly. So if I need something A4 size, I can set that A4 size right there, zoom in, and then I can create all of my designs, everything that I need to on this A4 size frame. The same if I go to like iPhone, I could create everything that I need to within this iPhone frame. Then under more apps, I'm not going to go into detail with each of these because there is so many, but in here we can start creating mind maps. So if you want to add a mind map in right here, we can just add this straight to the board, and it kind of cuts out all of this process of you drawing everything yourself. So that is mind maps right there. We can go in, we can add tables, stickers, and emojis. We can create different Kanban charts and add these in right here. So this is almost like a project manager. If you want to use a project manager inside of Miro, then what we could do is just type something right here, like record YouTube video. And then look at this. I can simply drag this over into this next section, into in progress or done. And this is like a mini project manager inside of Miro. We can add different columns as well and edit columns. So I could rename this column and say that this is video editing. Rename this column to, okay, that's to do. Add a column in the middle, and let's go in and change this to record video, and then record video, video editing. Maybe we can add another one right here, add column, and this is going to be upload video, and then done. So in here, I could maybe have like Miro tutorial. And of course, right now, this is in record video, and then I move this along each of these sections, and it keeps me on track with my project. From this section, we can also add images and icons if you want to upload an image from your computer. So I would definitely recommend playing around in this area. However, the main things that we need inside of Miro are shown along this dashboard. So let's just go ahead and delete everything that we now have. And now let's talk about the different templates that we can get. So if we click into template right here, we have all templates. And if we scroll through, these are all of the templates that are available on Miro. And there are a lot of these. So some of these are from books, like this is from the book Atomic Habits. We could drop this in. We have like a presentation, demo presentation. So anything that you are looking for, we can just go to the top and then we can search this in right here. So for example, let's say we are looking for a project manager. We could type that in and then we can see project tracking. All we have to do once we have found a template that we like is click use template, and it's going to load in right here. So you can see this is similar to the Kanban chart or the project manager that we brought in earlier. However, it's more advanced and it's a lot better. So we can back out of this. Maybe we want to find a mind map. We could go back into templates. In here, we can search for mind map. And then we can see all of the different mind maps that we have to choose from. We can also sort this by use cases. So if we look at meetings and workshops, we have like planners, we have project kickoff calls, we have all of these different options, ideas and brainstorming. So it's definitely a good idea if this is your first time using Miro to go ahead and look into this. And then the final thing that I want to show you is community templates. As you will see, most of these are made by Miro. However, the community templates are made by the rest of the community. So you can sometimes find some awesome templates in here. When you want to save your board, so this would be a good idea. Let me just put something down here so that we have something on the board. Perfect. Now, how do we export, save this, do whatever we need to do? So once you have finished your design, we can go up to share right here, and you can share this with people. So you could enter in somebody's email, and then you will be able to share the board with them. And down here, we can choose if they can edit the board, if they can comment, if they can just view, or if they don't have access at all. I don't really see the point in this. But we could either copy the link right here or invite people from their email, and they will be able to join the board. We can also present the board. So if you have something like presentation worthy on here that you need to present to your team, we can go into presentation mode, and this is going to stop the editing and just basically allow us to zoom in, zoom out. We can do a few emoji reactions and things like that. But overall, that's just for presenting. And then finally, the last thing that we can do is go up here to export this board, and we can choose to save this as an image, as a PDF, or any of these other options. Now, the awesome thing in here is if I just go to save this as an image, we can choose the dimensions we want to save this in. But if we have like a frame on here, let me just go for an A4 frame and add this on. Then when we go to export this, let's say an image once again, then all we have to do to the frame, we know this is A4 size. So we just resize this to the exact frame. And that's how we can get like an A4 or whatever type of frame you are trying to get. Once you have finished with your board, we can back out to Miro right here. And then we can see boards in this team. We have my GeForce North board. I can open that back up, or alternatively, I can go back out here, choose from a template, or create a brand new board. So that is my Miro tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.